Buying a chest freezer gives you loads of extra freezer space at home, but how do you pick the right one? I'm Lola, and in this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know. It'll cover things like energy label and net capacity. And I'll explain why it can be useful if your freezer is suitable for a shed or garage. The energy label of a chest freezer is an important factor to keep an eye on, because the higher the energy label, the more you save on energy label each year. With energy label C, you are operating efficiently. Over the lifetime of a chest freezer, you could save up to €415 this way. If you go for energy label D, you'll still save just a bit less on average, up to €165. And then there's energy label E, which doesn't offer any savings at all. So if you want to keep your energy rating low, it's smart to go for a chest freezer with energy label C. If you do a lot of grocery shopping, choose a chest freezer with a large net capacity. That way you'll have plenty of space. The net capacity of a chest freezer determines how much total freezer space you have. If you only need to store a small supply, a chest freezer with less than 200 liters will do the trick. If you have a slightly larger supply, then a chest freezer between 200 and 299 liters is ideal. Perfect. And if you really need a lot of space, go for a chest freezer with 300 liters or more. That way, you'll never have to cram things in and you can easily store a big stash of bags. Think fries and frozen pizzas galore. How wide your chest freezer should be depends on the space you have at home. Measure the width in your kitchen carefully so you can be sure the chest freezer will fit. Leave 5 centimeters of space on both sides for ventilation. Also check at home if the door swings open freely and if the freezer fits through the doorway and hallway to its intended location. Chest freezers come in different widths. We measure these in centimeters. The freezer is either narrow than 60 centimeters or wider than 80 centimeters. Double check at home to make sure it fits well. How deep your chest freezer should be depends on the space you have at home. Measure the depth in your kitchen so you can be sure the chest freezer will fit. Leave 10 centimeters of space at the back for ventilation. Chest freezers come in different depths. We measure these in centimeters. The freezer can be less than 55 centimeters deep, between 55 and 70 centimeters deep, or deeper than 70 centimeters. Be sure to measure at home to see if it fits. Want to put your chest freezer in the shed or garage? Then check how cold it can get there and whether your freezer can handle it. This is important because if it gets too cold, your chest freezer might stop working. A chest freezer actually needs a minimum ambient temperature to function properly. Some chest freezers work just fine as long as it stays above 10 degrees Celsius. But there are also chest freezers you can put in a space where it can even get as cold as -15 degrees Celsius. That's useful if your shed turns into a real freezer in the winter. So make sure to check which option fits your situation and the temperatures in your shed or garage best. If all went well, you now know what to look out for when choosing the perfect chest freezer for your situation. Whether you store groceries or need space for pizza stash, you are now fully ready and confident to choose the ideal freezer that suits you. Still have questions or want to know more? Just let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Take care.